jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know. Salute to everyone that's in the building. My apologies. I had to take care of some stuff. And also I was on the phone, speaking about this topic with my people. So let's get down to it. Ryan Garcia's B sample return is shocking. We need answers. We're going to get down to it. What's good? OG Mr. Golden on deck. Shout out to Pauline from across the pond. Salute. Arnold Brown on deck. Classic on deck. What's good? He said, I wouldn't be surprised if the contaminated samples are due to Ryan speaking out against the Illuminati. Not at all. I told you all, in order for him to speak out on them, he had to get permission. That was all for publicity. Nothing has happened to him since the fight at all. He got permission. I'm trying to tell y'all, dog. He didn't do that just out of, free airspace. Arnold Brown on deck. I see you. What's good? Salute to all. The chat from Liverpool, no doubt. Shout out to my guy Carlos Rosado in the building. What's good with it, Carlos? Hold on for a second. So let's get down to it. I scheduled a live for close to 6 o'clock for a reason. I was in conversation with some people that I know. And let's get down to why the B sample is not going to make a lot of people happy, the results. Because, like I always tell y'all, boxing is a part of a system. Okay? The quicker y'all understand that, the more you listeners understand and know that when you tune into these people that act like they're going to change the world, it's not going to happen. Okay? Ryan Garcia's B sample is not going to satisfy those who believe that he's going to be punished and everything. Ryan has pull in boxing right now. Look, it took me some time to try to believe all the stuff I was hearing about Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Because you know me, I used to say Ryan Garcia, he was a goofball. He was this, that, and the other. But Ryan Garcia has somehow, some way tapped in with the right people. What he did to tap in with those people, I don't freaking know. You feel me? I don't know what he did to tap in with them. But he has a bit more pull than I assumed. and they're going to look forward to making another huge fight with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is not going to be out of the sport like you think. I hear so many people crying about Ryan Garcia's B sample. Nobody cares about his B sample. Look, analyze this for a second. This is all you got to do. Just analyze this for a second. We're not taking finals. This ain't the SAT. Just analyze this situation for a second. If it was such a big deal, right? Why in the hell did the system of boxing not come through? Why did they give us the date of May 22nd and there's no public result findings? You know what I'm saying? Why? They're showing you straight up. They're talking about they broke open the chain of custody label today to do this and that. Look, the people been over there in Utah. They got together and make this happen. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take that long for them to make this happen, to test the B sample. Everybody keeps saying the A sample is the B sample. B sample is the A sample. If that's the case, then he should come back with nandrolone 19 positive in this freaking B sample. You know what I'm saying? It should be no questions asked. He should come back with the positive nandrolone in his B sample. You cats out here on this YTC, I know you're barking up a tree for your favorite fighter, for this to come back a certain way. I get it. You know what I'm saying? At first, Devin Haney wasn't shit, right? But then Ryan Garcia goes up here and absolutely plays the system. He takes full advantage of all the open space, the loopholes. He takes advantage of everything. He makes a mockery of it. Why? Because boxing has always allowed fighters to have that opportunity to get the cliff notes understood on how you can take full advantage and get over on the system of boxing. I've been trying to tell you all the boxing is a system. They keep calling it a sport. Boxing runs off a system, and that system is flawed. It's been contaminated just like the supplements you all are waiting to come back. Boxing has been contaminated for a long time. Perfect example. Perfect example. Why isn't anyone knowing what was going on with Ryan Garcia? Why isn't anyone speaking on this since the fight has happened? What happened to Devin Haney? They still trying to say, okay, Eddie Hearn, push for the win to be overturned like Lucian Boutte. Come on, bro. Y'all are not gonna be happy with these damn results. You're not gonna be happy. I'm glad I'm tapped in with people who I can have a conversation with. You know what I'm saying, about things that's going on. I'm glad I can have this conversation because I don't try to be first out here. I really don't. But I'm not up here putting clickbait either. Ryan Garcia is about to have another big fight, y'all. And it's not going to be against Devin Haney. He's about to go in here and make some people some more money after coming up the win over Devin Haney. And no one's going to be talking about this fight. Nobody cares about what happened when he fought Devin Haney. It just so happened he's in a situation, him being Devin Haney, that, people will say, okay, if it was anybody else, they suppose he popped dirty. It's some speculation going on there. It's contamination going on there. Cool. But at the end of the day, guess what? The man was knocked down 3 times. I've talked to so many people about how do you look at this? Do you look at Ryan Garcia in such an ominous way that he cheated because he's not the first to do it? Or do you say Devin got beat fair and square regardless of what Ryan Garcia popped dirty for? Which one do you take for consideration and matters most to you? And then they will say the performance. They say he clearly outboxed Devin Haney. I tell you, I talk to people. I freaking ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Just like I was saying that the Paul brothers, they not good for boxing. They make a mockery. Until I spoke to the fighters and they didn't give a damn. So when I'm going around asking about people's, thought process on this Ryan Garcia, is making people money right now. And you all gonna find that out real soon. You all gonna find that out. Ryan Garcia is making people money. Unfortunately for Devin Haney, he had to be the stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? He had to find out the hard way. He had to be embarrassed. I'm not making any type of smoke with Team Haney. I'm not criticizing them. I'm just telling you that they can fight all they want about this day and time with Devin Haney. But they're going to be even mad, even more upset when they get the results from this freaking test. It's not going to be what you like. I don't know. You got some people up here thinking that Ryan Garcia did something that's never been done before. Like he's not the first one to come back with a negative A sample. But what y'all not understanding, some of you get it, some of you don't. This man is about to be in another huge fight, y'all. They're about to be in another huge fight. Ryan Garcia and Tank supposedly did over 1 million. They're talking about Canelo and Jaime Munguia did 550. You do the mathematics, man. You do the mathematics on where this is going. For real, you do the mathematics on where Ryan Garcia is going right now. Canelo's on his way out. He's the old guard. He's on his way out. But you all are not gonna like. You're not gonna have no debate. Who are you gonna be mad at? Who are you gonna be mad at? You actually think they're gonna suspend Ryan Garcia when he's making them money? You actually believe that? You think that you're putting all this hope and anxiety that Ryan Garcia is gonna come back with a B sample that's positive, right? Because they said it was gonna be today, but they prolonged it. They could care less about this freaking B sample, man. They got people over there that already know the results. They just playing around with y'all. You think for 1 second Ron is not about to be in another big fight? He keeps telling you he's gotten the green light. Ron has been at the soccer games. He's been over there in Riyadh. How did he get over there in Riyadh? How? If they think he's a cheater, if the Sheik thought that he was a cheater and he was bad for the sport, why was he over there in their presence? Why was he hugging Ronaldo? Why was he hugging Tyson Fury? Why was he over there sitting amongst the great? Why? You got to pay attention. Why was he over there getting all this love? Ryan was getting all this love. Kids asking him to sign his jersey, their jersey. You know what I'm saying? He's just going around as if he won a title. Seriously, he going around like he won a freaking title. Like he's the unified champion. They found another person to circumvent what the system of boxing has been giving us, and that is to make money. And right now, Ryan is going nowhere, y'all. He's not going nowhere because they're in the process of scheduling him for another big fight, which y'all gonna hear real soon. He's not about to go and you think they're gonna press that man to get a suspension. You're gonna be highly upset. Those of you that up here advocating for Devin Haney, look, I'm a black man just like he is. I'm not sitting up here saying, well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Well, let me break this down. Ethically, this is what ethically we should think. Ethically, I'm not thinking about no ethics, y'all. I'm telling you straight up. This situation right here is not gonna make you smile any, because the ones who feel some type of way is just mad at how Ryan Garcia did it. He did it so blatant and open. You know what I'm saying? So arrogantly. He did it so freely. He played with the system. That's what he did. He didn't care about what y'all thought. The man played with everybody. He put on a charade, a facade. People was up here knowing what he was doing. But yet they still put out media and said, Ryan Garcia, we don't know if he's ready, if he's healthy enough. We don't know. We have no idea if he's ready to fight. They played along with it too. And then when the numbers came back, and then the press that he got, this is a guy who went in there against Tank. Yeah, he took a L, but it's just like one of those fights that, yeah, it might be in a losing effort, but yet it still catapults you to a whole nother level. And that's what happened with Ryan Garcia. They said, okay, he can sell. He's a pretty boy. Let's sign him up again. So finally, he get Duarte. He comes back in there against freaking Devin Haney. Unfortunate for Devin Haney, he's a sacrificial lamb, dude. If it pisses you off, you have to understand it's shit going on that's way deeper than what us on the outside. It's very shrewd. I know a lot of people are going to look at it and they're going to try to come on here and vilify. I'm going to tell you straight up. Listen to me when I tell you this. It ain't shit that you all going to do about Ryan Garcia and what he's about to do. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to change it, man. All the chattering and everything, all the dang chirping about what he did, you're not going to be able to change it. This guy has the machine behind him right now, and he's about to go in for another big fight and make millions. And he's not even a champion. He's not even a champion, y'all. Y'all are putting too much effort as if you're going to be the protesters. You know what I'm saying? Antifa. You're going to be a part of a freaking movement, a march. You're going to have all these people at your beck and order. Y'all ready to go back to when the pandemic, where people was freaking protesting and hand in hand. Listen, all that shit you're talking about is not going to be efficacious to anything. Ryan Garcia has a machine behind him, and you shouldn't be sitting up here worrying about his test coming back because y'all think punishment is going to be handed down. Hey, remember, the system is people get paid, is people get money, and they don't care what you think. They don't care what you think. Just think about it. Originally, he came back for nandrolone. How did that all of a sudden disappear if it was in the A sample? How can something come back? That should have gave you a telltale sign right there. If nandrolone, if he was cleared from nandrolone, how in the hell people up here talking about the A sample is the B sample? So if the A sample came back with nandrolone, then nandrolone should be in the B sample. Point blank period. Right? Dimwit? That's the way it's supposed to be. If he came back with nandrolone and Ostrine, they both should be in the B sample, so it's a cut and dry deal. So if Ostrine is the play, and everybody's hoping and hopping around saying, okay, oh my God, they're going to make an example. Who is they? Who is they? The New York State Athletic Commission? The one who had the executive director step down? You talking about them? They're going to be the one to hand down harsh freaking reprimands? Y'all got to wait and be patient for this sample to come back. I guarantee you're not going to be happy with the results, people. It don't matter how much you get on here and you want to protest and you want to shout, scream, and call them all sorts of names. This man has been on a freaking Garcia tour. Have you not been paying attention? It's media out there that's not even asking him questions about the positive A sample. They can care less about that. Seriously, they can care less about some positive A sample. I'm just being civil about it, y'all. Maybe if Devin, when they went out there and had the results he did, then people would be, thinking a little bit differently. They felt like Ryan was was fighting dirty, throwing elbows, or he had floppy gloves, an egg weight fell out. If he was blatantly cheating with some contraband, if he had some white substance on his, glove, or when he took his gloves off, he had some pink plaster of Paris on his wraps. Maybe if he was Antonio Margarito, right? Then people will really come to the aid of Devin and be out here really rebelling with a cause to say, hey, that's fucked up, Ryan. Nobody is giving a damn to talk about Ryan Garcia positive test, bro. The people who have, the 2 to 3 people who have inquired about his testing didn't even ask him the hard questions, man. Just take let me know how uneasy that feels. They didn't even ask him about any hard questions like, where did the nandrolone come from? Why did you have to come in and miss weight? Was it done purposely? Yeah, it was done purposely. I told you it was done purposely. What about the IV? They saying that, so from what we know, Team Haney was there. They agreed, and all this for the IV because they wanted to fight. They wanted the payday. Come on, let's not act like that. They don't talk about boxing being a business all the time. Boxing is a freaking business, man. People get paid off all the time. It's not a business because the promoters put the money up and the fight happened and the freaking announcer announced the fights and they open the bell. They give you the opening bell. That's not it. That's a part of it. But it's a lot of people that get paid for the results, especially in big fights that happen the way they do. This is not anything that's underground. It's just not something you're privy to. It's not the information that you're privy to. So what it does to the fans is make them look foolish, especially on the YTC, how they go out here and they mad as hell. They wasn't at the table. They wasn't in a conversation. They wasn't on a conference call. But they keep on coming out here telling everybody who will listen that Ryan Garcia is a cheater. Somebody go out here since the day they fought, which was April 20th, and it's damn near over a month now. Somebody find me 10 videos. 10 videos. Because Ryan's been everywhere, bro. He's been everywhere on the Garcia tour. And I haven't heard media. I haven't heard. Find somebody who's been asking the hard questions to Ryan Garcia. Find somebody that had the etiquette, the media etiquette, to care about asking him about something that the media people up here believe that's gonna change boxing. Ryan Garcia already has a loss. Y'all up here talking about getting a win over. Hey, boxers, to be honest, boxers want to be undefeated. But when they take that first loss, it really doesn't stop them from making money. But the only thing in this case is Ryan Garcia's pay grade and what he's able to make is quite different than those who's up here saying, okay, I want to stay undefeated because it's going to help me get that fight that Ryan got. Well, you got to look at it this way. Ryan Garcia is making big time money. He already have a single loss, and he doesn't have a title. So what you going to do about that? There comes a point in your life when you have to realize who really matters, who never did, and who always will. If you can get that trio right there figured out, you'll be a much better person. Because I hear people out here scratching their whiskers. This test. Man, we're like a freaking a pile of media ants. We're waiting for something that's not going to have the effect that you think. It's not going to be if you stick a stick on the top of an anthill and ants go crazy. No. You're going to get the results. You can say, oh my God, why? How can they do, Devin? What? What is this about? Oh my God. Dog, don't hurt yourself. Much respect to Haney going in there fighting his ass off. as much as he possibly could. Shout out to him. This is no way taking shots. I'm just giving you my opinion on the conversation I had and the people that's out there that's telling me about what's in store, what's ahead with Ryan Garcia. You know, certain things he has going on with the sport of boxing and the amount of money that he's making outside of boxing. They're not about to put this man in seclusion. They're not about to freaking banish him. They're not about to do all that shit. For what? This man is scheduled to make them some more money. They're going to ride it out, y'all. They're going to ride this out. He's about to go for a big fight that's going to give y'all another conversation to talk about. You're going to say, how in the hell he doing that? Well, the same way they talk about Tank. Tank said, hey, people up here talking about Tank has a problem with Al Sheik, right? What did he say? They have to go over there to make money. I'm making that money over here. Now, do I go against the grain and say he lying? He ain't lying. But y'all remember when Ryan Garcia was just being such a BFF to Tank after the fight? Who was Tank looking after the fight? Who was he co-signing after the fight? He was on Garcia's side. He was like, you know what I'm saying? I believe Garcia didn't take nothing. I believe this. I believe that. You don't see the play? Y'all up here spreading the word like there's resentment. Like Ryan Garcia, he did it so well that you want to see him get punished. But the punishment is not going to live up to the action. You want that man to get punished because his test came back, but Nandrolone just happened to disappear. How can Nandrolone appear and then it disappear? How can you come out publicly and say the man tested for Nandrolone and Ostrine, but Nandrolone, he's been cleared for that? People, they don't make mistakes like that. Why did the executive New York State Athletic Commission all of a sudden think it's a perfect time to go take care of the elderly? You tell me. You trying to tell me from the time it was April 19th, you know what I'm saying, to after the fight, they all of a sudden rapidly aged? They rapidly aged to the point where she said, hey, I know I was late to work, but guess what? I got to step down. I got to resign. I got to go home and take care of the elderly because during that 3-day period, oh my God, that rapid aging, it just took over. That's not the case, y'all. She was letting y'all know, I don't want to be a part of what's to come. I don't want to be a part of this inclement weather, this storm, this inbound. I don't want to be a part of it because it's a lot of people's head going to turn. And you might look at this as extraneous information, but I'm just saying, I hear you all out there. Those of you that's freaking random raving about, Free Devon's freaking loss. I get it. I understand. But if, like I said before, the people that I talked to, they was more so telling me that he got beat up. Both his jaws were swollen. That was technique. Pads do not give you technique. I'm just telling you what they told me, bro. I'm able to talk to certain people behind the scene and they respect me enough to put it out there in a way that, they have their go-to guys like, the Coppingers, the Raphaels, and people love, like if WCS puts some shit out, they're going to say, who is he talking to? How did he know? Why wasn't we? They act like little babies, bro. Hey, I seen it. They act like little babies. What is he talking about? That's not who I go through. Everybody don't have the same source. That doesn't mean, what I'm saying, I don't know people in certain organizations to be able to have a dialogue with them about it. I can have a pretty good dialogue on the phone and speak boxing with people. I just, I don't really do interviews like that. But when it comes down to to the Ryan Garcia slander. Listen, y'all, that's only coming from the YTC. Because, all these tours that he's going, Ryan Garcia's been in the PGs. He's been on chartered flights, man. He's been doing his thing. Ain't nobody slandering his name. It ain't no defamation. They're not sitting up here talking ill will about Ryan Garcia at all, bro. They kissing his ass so much, y'all have no idea. And it is bad for Devin to get beat up like that and then, have this controversy. But unfortunate for him, he doesn't have the machine behind him. He don't. I mean, see, I said this my last live. I said Devin should have been out there doing the tour with Ryan Garcia. If he was there, then they were bringing up the topic more. Since they don't see him, they don't care to talk about him. If he was there in maybe one of the two areas of venues that Ryan Garcia was at, then we'll be having a whole different conversation, because what is he there for? What is he there for? To talk about the pending sample, right? And with the pending sample, what are they going to talk about? The performance value. That's what they're going to speak about. They're not going to speak about this with Ryan's there, because they see Ryan everywhere, bro. Ryan is talking so much shit. People are not even trying to correct him. They don't really care, because he knocked down the man 3 times. Once again, he knocked him down 3 times. Both of his jaws were swollen. People was up here saying that Devin has a broke jaw. You don't think you should, process it differently? This is boxing. Usually when somebody pop dirty, depending on who they are, yeah, it can be a lot of defamation going on there. People can get belligerent and start talking shit. You know what I'm saying? They can say some mean-spirited things about you, right? But that hasn't been the case with Ryan Garcia. And y'all should understand that it's not going to be the case in a couple of days. If the way the fight played out wouldn't have happened, if both fighters wouldn't have had any knockdowns and it came to a split decision, something that was close, like Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, something that was closely contended. Maybe that was 1 knockdown, but not 3. Not 3 knockdowns where you're talking about a fighter getting off his face. He's on all fours getting off the canvas. All the slow motion, all the steel frames is out there. I ask, what do you think? Do you think that Ryan Garcia? No, he always had speed. He always had power. He always had speed. He always had power. So you're saying the percentage of the pads that supposedly they didn't have a role in him being faster or more powerful? Nope. And I don't believe, look, they say, I don't believe he was on pads. I believe they trying to sabotage him. You know what they said next? I say, so what would bring you to that conclusion? He said, because why would he have to get on pads for a fighter who didn't have power? That's what they telling me, yo. Why would he have to get on pads to be the fighter with no power? That doesn't make any sense. Shout out to IOTBA Boxing in the building, aka the Spit Bucket Podcast. Shout out to the GOAT on deck. That doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm hearing in response. I'm asking the question. I'm like, hey, what do you think though? And they'll say, why would he have to do that against a fighter he wouldn't have feared? And then we go back to the first part of the Tank fight and how aggressive Ryan Garcia was with Tank. He said he was aggressive in the opening bell with Tank. He just was pretty much overly committing with the lead left, trying to do the same thing, that he did against Luke Campbell and many other fighters, and trying to land that power shot early on Tank. And Tank was too smart, too clever, too slick, and he ended up knocking him down early. Well, guess what? He changed up. He kind of, he went up there and worked on some wrinkles in his game, ironed them out. Came back with Duarte doing some funky donkey showsy ozy posy, cleaned that shit up a little bit, and he came out there with Devin looking totally different. Came out there looking dominant. And all I'm trying to tell y'all is that when I try to find a way to say, okay, all right, you say the pairs didn't teach technique. I get it. Okay, cool. So why do you think he's testing positive for this shit? I said, I don't know, man. It seemed like a hit job to you. And they start going into it. I was like, for real? He said, listen, you've been around boxing long enough. Devin ain't knocking people out, right? That's what they telling me. So why would Ryan Garcia have to go in there and take all this over excessive measures like pads when he's already the stronger and faster fighter? Why would he have to do that? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all for him to take those type of measures against a fighter that he doesn't feel that can hurt him. The man has been making songs. Seriously. He's been making songs. Blah. Have y'all heard it? Blah. How the fake? I ain't going through that shit. For real. The man has been out here as a pleasure seeker, yo. This man has been everywhere signing freaking autograph jerseys and everything. This man has been over in Riyadh like he's royalty. Now, there may have been some people up there that didn't care for him. And there was a lot that did care for him. He's a pretty boy. People still look at him in a way that, oh man, it's not that bad. That's Ryan, man. Come on. Look at his videos back in the day. He was a Flash. He was doing videos back in the day. He still has the kid in him, man. The dude has kids. He ain't a kid no more. But lucky for him, he's still able to get away with some of that kid and immaturity that he's used to. That's Ryan Garcia, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's up to. And, people's going to get extremely sensitive this week. Watch what I tell you. And remember, those of you that's about to get sensitive, don't look like a casual. If you've been covering the sport, treat it as a system that you've been a part of, right? Don't act like you knew to this paradise. Don't act like you just stumbled. Oh my God, I never seen this before. What an oasis. Oh my God, I got this all from just walking. I saw a path, a dirt path, and I stumbled upon boxing. No, that's not the way it worked, buddy. Boxing's been a part of the capital C corruption for a long time. People get paid that we never hear about. We never see the exchanges, but we feel the exchanges. We feel them. Fighters that we think is going to win, they go in there and they don't win. You see the referees prematurely stopping fights. You see a situation such as what played out April 20th. Devin getting dominated. And a fighter by the name of Ryan Garcia with no world titles except the interim WBC going around here and say, hey, hold my beer. I'll be back. That's how easy it's going to be. 12 rounds he went in here and beat the current reigning WBC super lightweight champion. Dominated him. And then you know what I'm saying? He's really going around on the tour like that. And you got people on the YTC that's feeling some type of way. I don't know what to tell you, man. You might want to find a freaking a Tylenol or a Motrin 800 milligram, some Xanax. Y'all need to calm the fuck down, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really stressing yourselves out. You better go to Walgreens and get a blood pressure machine. Some of you about to blow a stack. Ryan Garcia is the one that's making the millions. I'm telling you, he's not the only one, but he is one of them, right? And supposedly he's the one that has grossed a bit more than what Canelo fights are doing. Last time I checked, Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez both been world champions. Am I right or wrong? I think they both been world champions now. So you got to look at it that way. Never look at the system, just because it comes off as an illusion. Never treat it as such. It's real life shit going on. The illusion only comes out to us because we don't have any influence to make the illusion happen. When you see certain things happen, like Ryan Garcia walking around here not giving a damn or care in the world about a B sample, this man does not freaking care. He is not losing sleep over a B sample that you all are worried about. You think this is going to change his life? Look, I've heard Ryan say, I don't know how that shit happened. It's a con job. Man, come on now. He's up there with Carissa, right? Let me give you a perfect example. I'm going to frame this off recent. He's on, look, this is the person who's challenged 100,000. And this is no shot at her. She's challenged 100,000 because people up here talking and, she's challenged 100,000 any woman that can beat her, okay? But peep this out. Everybody knows how abrasive, how strict her demeanor, how outspoken she could be, right? How belligerent. So therefore, when she was up rushing Ryan, come on, Ryan. Ryan was up here saying that he wanted to have a baby. Well, we need to have a baby. We'll have a hybrid. Isn't that what they did back in the slave? They bred us. Ain't that what they did? Ryan's up here, for some people, being disrespectful and saying that they should have a baby. You know what I'm saying? That was it. And she was so nice, extremely nice. Didn't correct him at all. So he went around and said, he kept on saying, we'll have a hybrid. We'll have this. We'll have that. And then he said, if I beat David Benavidez now, this is a cat who said that he was calling out Spence, right? He did 2 fights with Diddy James. It'll be Duarte and what we witnessed in Haney. Did 2 fights. Spence has been there for years. He all of a sudden has a beef with Spence because supposedly the legality that's going on in the court about Diddy James not getting paid, right? He says he wants to fight David Benavidez. He wants to fight Terrence Crawford. He wants to fight all these fighters. And what people are not looking at is that no one is really looking at him as being a capper. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard my video, but I made that video way months back about Ryan being a capion. That's when he pretty much said he was gonna fight Gervonta Davis. He told Devin Haney to his face after he beat Luke Campbell. He said, "You my boy and everything, but I want to fight Gervonta Davis." And then he ended up pulling out the fight with Gervonta Davis. And then he said he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao. Hey, Ryan Garcia's been capping for a while. But somehow, some way, as strange as it is, he went in there and finally got the fight with Tank. He was stopped. They didn't even really rip him for quitting. For taking a body shot and taking a knee and getting up. They didn't really rip him bad. You know what I'm saying? They didn't vilify him in the media. And then off that fight, the numbers come out and people are saying, oh man, he did do good numbers. He did like over 1 million. Okay, cool. He is a seller along with Tank. Okay, cool. And then time went by. He went back in there, you know, had a fight, got the stoppage, and then went in here for a fight that people didn't think that was happening. You know what I'm saying? All the controversy, everything. Look, how much of a charade could he put on when the fight was supposed to happen in Vegas? It gets moved to New York, and all of a sudden he becomes deranged. He become a deranged lunatic. He become like he's a asylum patient on the loose. How does that happen? He was given the green light to participate, y'all. He did it. He did it so much to the point where if you look at how they promoted him and Tank, and you look at how he assumed the role of the villain, it's totally opposite. When him and Tank was fighting, Tank was the villain. Ryan Garcia was the good guy. Ryan Garcia has been trying to do away with the good guy image because it just wasn't getting him where he needed to be. Y'all remember when he was on Mike Tyson's podcast, right? When he was dressed in a freaking tuck. I always bring that up because he hasn't came into his form yet. He hasn't committed to turning himself over to the coaching yet. He haven't crossed over and sold himself out. He haven't did it yet. Now he's done it. You can tell. You can tell. He's told people he was molested. He be saying things he don't care. He said that they tied him up, hog tied him, and he had stuff on his phone. But nobody has seen any evidence coming from the feds or anybody else to take it serious. He got the green light to say what he could say. So guess what? Ryan was the villain in here against Devin Haney. Where was Devin Haney when he fought Lomachenko? What was he? Devin Haney was the villain. Lomachenko was the good guy. He pushed Lomachenko and got fined for it. That should tell you right there on how this week is going to play out. They fined Haney for doing stuff that Tank does damn near every time he has an opponent. He pushes him. He nudges him. He touches him in the face-off. But when Devin did it, he got fined. How does that work? Tyson Fury pushed Oleksandr Usyk at the face-off, right? Was Tyson Fury fined? Or was it because the fight was in Riyadh? You feel me? That's all I'm saying to myself. Come on now. How can we ever believe that Ryan Garcia was going to be the bad guy against Devin Haney? How? How, bro? How does that work? Who would have thought that? He's accomplished more than Ryan Garcia. He's a 2-division champion. Who would have thought Devin would I don't know. It wasn't like he was a good guy, but clearly Ryan Garcia was the villain. So he played the villain role. Then he had the walkout. I ain't gonna lie, the walkout was kind of decent, bro. And then seeing him in the ring, I was like, Jesus Christ, is this the same Ryan Garcia who fought Tank Davis? Okay, I see some flashes. He was aggressive in the early rounds with Tank. Okay, he's doing the same thing with Devin. Okay, all right. And then when he landed that left hand and Devin's head popped back and his eyes was looking different, I say, dang, he in trouble. He's in trouble because Devin doesn't have enough power to hurt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have enough power. Even with the Luke Campbell fight, people know Luke Campbell had decent, you know what I'm saying? He had decent power. We seen it in there when he fought Lomachenko. We talking about an Olympian. But with Haney, once again, people's like, why would he have to over enhance himself for a fighter who he don't see as being an extreme threat when it comes to boxing, the art of war, combat? If he doesn't feel that he's an extreme threat, why over prep yourself with performance enhancing drugs? It don't make any sense, man. Shout out to the OG Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz some more, man. Salute to you. Why? That makes no sense. Shout out to Kush the Great in the building. Salute. Andrew Charles on deck. What it do? Imagine Haney fought Tank sleeping in 2 rounds. It would be bad based off what we've seen already. It'd be bad. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a second. Yeah. I'm just kind of reading some of these. They building Ryan for Tank rematch. Okay. Remember what you said. Remember what you said. They building up Ryan for a Tank rematch. Okay. You think that's the biggest fight right now? You think that's the biggest fight? You think people really want to see Ryan Garcia and Tank? No. They don't want to see Ryan Garcia and Tank. They don't, y'all. They don't want to see that. Just think about it. Tank had a rehydration. He can come in at 136 and he can rehydrate higher than 146 on the day of the fight. Why would he go back? Why would Tank put himself in there to face Ryan Garcia and say, okay, he can't rehydrate, but his last 2 fights been at 143, 143.3, 143.2, whatever. That's not the fight. That's not happening. Shout out to Blue Hustle on the deck. What's good with it, Blue? KQKC Boxing Network. Salute to you. I see you in the building. Mike on deck. Man, I can't wait till this issue's over with. From my understanding, the amount of ostarine in the system wasn't even enough to enhance his performance. Plus, ostarine doesn't really help like that. Okay, so you have people that's doing their research on ostarine. Ostarine has never been considered this injectable freaking what they call that what's that stuff? I don't even want to say it out loud. Kryptonite. You know, ostarine never been considered kryptonite. No one's been up here in professional sports say, hey man, you better get that ostarine. Oh, that ostarine gonna set you straight. Yeah. Just take it for this amount of time. Stop it. It's going to take you all the way out. It's going to get out your system quick and everything. Believe me. Ostarine. I never heard anybody talking about. And you know, another thing. What does Ryan Garcia consider ostarine? He says ostrich. Ryan says ostrich. They say I had ostrich in my system. He's not even taking it serious. Look, he's up here saying he took nothing but ashwagandha root. That's it. Is it possible for ashwagandha root to be contaminated? Yes. Yes, it is. It's a big possibility for ashwagandha to be contaminated. Real talk. Real talk. I would ask him, based off him saying ashwagandha root, how could he test positive for 2? What does he believe as far as the supplements he took will make him come back positive? Why all of a sudden, if he's never tested positive, what could he have taken? What is the source that could have brought this? Is it ashwagandha root? So I would ask him, did you have any more ashwagandha root left over so they can test what you was taking? Because most of the time when fighters take a supplement, they have enough for the entire fight camp, or they've been taking that stuff in between camp, because fighters still, regardless if they in camp or not, they still go train. After a fight, they get back in the gym. A certain period of time to get conditioned to the supplements for them to even work. Now, of course, you're going to have people saying, well, when I take my pre-workout, I feel it right away. That's because you're talking about caffeine. You're talking about caffeine. We're talking about something that helps with recovery, helps with strength. That's quite difference. So, it's just like smoking. You smoke something for the first time. I ain't talking about crack either. I'm talking about you smoke some. It takes your body some time to get used to it. So the first time you smoke it, the after effects may be a bit more extreme than when your body started to get used to it. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So this ostarine stuff, most of the time with supplements, fighters take this all the time. If he's taking ashwagandha, he just didn't start taking ashwagandha root. He's been taking it. He liked the way it make him feel. He like it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as nandrolone and all that, if you take a nandrolone since it's a freaking intramuscular injectable anabolic, you're going to start seeing the effects. You know what I'm saying? He's been taking this for a while. Why he didn't pop positive against Duarte? Wasn't Duarte known to have some power? Duarte was known to have some power, right? He was a hitter. Why he didn't pop dirty against El Chin Checker Tank Davis? That's when he should have really popped positive. Because, Tank Davis is one fighter who actually has highlight reel knockouts. Just ask Leo Santa Cruz. Just ask the nurses at the hospital. That's all I'm saying, people. Shout out to Rob in the building. Hey, Andrew said the B sample tested positive for making bank. Hey, man, people are going to be upset. They want to come up here and protest and advocate. I get it, bro. I don't have no problem with that. Like I said, I'm not here to slam Team Haney and all that. But people get mad when you just speak on it in a way that you say you're not a casual boxing fan, but you're sounding like a casual when it comes to situations like this. Either you know boxing has corruption or you don't. Since you've witnessed boxing having corruption, what's different? Why are you refusing to understand that if an A sample came back with nandrolone 19 at first, how did all of a sudden David Copperfield? What was David Blaine? Was it two Davis in the building? Were they both practicing? If you make this A sample disappear, I'll make the other A sample disappear, and we're gonna do it together. We're gonna bring this to Vegas. We're gonna start making fighters. We're gonna get paid on the side to make these samples disappear. You cool with that, David? Yes, David, I am. Okay, David. David twins activate. That's not the way it works, man. They're not up here making freaking nandrolone disappear with freaking two well-known legendary magicians. They're not doing that. But I can tell you what, just like Andrew said, Ryan Garcia has had 2 fights where he has made an incredible amount of money. An incredible amount of money, yo. Ryan Garcia has made more money than certain champions, man. You understand me? If I'm looking at what supposedly Ryan Garcia made against Tank and what he made with Devin Haney, he potentially had a higher payday than Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. How is that possible? They have way more accolades and achievements, but yet if the numbers are correct on what Ryan Garcia has made in those 2 fights, that means he has made more than Crawford and Spence, which I consider one of the biggest fights. Canelo. But Garcia's up there with some of the bigger names that has championships attached to their boxing ledger and their legacy, and he doesn't have nothing but an interim WBC title, which the man said he refused. Y'all can talk to my attorneys. I'm not facing Devin Haney. I got bigger fights I want to. Nobody even said anything. He sat up there and said once he won the WBC interim, I'm not facing him. Y'all can kiss my. I ain't doing none of that. I'm good. Go talk to somebody else. Pretty much go kick rocks. And he didn't fight him until recent. You trying to tell me this man ain't making decisions? Come on, bro. Come on. Real talk. Real talk. Shout out to you, Jones. Salute to you. That's all I'm saying. I mean, hey, we can look at it this way. I can propose this question to you. Do you want to see Devin Haney face Ryan Garcia again? Based off the results that you're about to witness, would you want to see a rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney? It doesn't matter how many people come up here and talk about, he's gonna test. You're stupid to do the put that in your description to say he should be banned. You sound stupid. Anybody who's putting Ryan should be banned and not really pay attention to some of the earlier cheaters, some of the earlier acts. What's more worse? Ryan Garcia testing positive for Ostrine or him biting off Devin Haney's both of his ears? You tell me. Which one is worse? Testing positive for Ostrine, right? Or activating your cannibalistic side. Which one is worse? Please, somebody explain that to me. Which one do you consider more severe? Ryan biting both of Devin's ears and spitting it out on the mat, or him testing positive for ostrich? Now, if you say clearly, WCS, it would be if he was to bite down on Devin's ears. Clearly, that is vicious. Okay, so with that said, if you agree with me that him biting a chunk out of each of Devin's ears, the left and the right, and look, they disqualify him. Devin gets the win, right? With bleeding ears, he gets the win. But yet, Ryan Garcia later on still get to come back and fight. How many acts of malicious intent have we witnessed in boxing? Several. You're trying to tell me you can bite off ears and still be praised and glorified like it never happened? But y'all up here saying he should be banned. He should be banned. What? Antonio Margarito tried to put plaster of Paris in his gloves, y'all. And Nassim Richardson caught him. They still let him fight. Who does that? Listen, Gabriel Maestre, Michael Fox, the referee caught them thumbing. They thumbed the padding back to the bottom portion of the glove and wrapped it with tape. They manipulated the padding in the glove, and the referee caught it and told him to go change gloves. He went in there and lost. And they still awarded him the fight. And Team Michael Fox petitioned. And they say no. They rejected it. They rejected it, y'all. But y'all up here thinking that Ryan Garcia is going to get banned from the sport? Are you stupid? Really? Are you stupid? Do I really have to challenge and produce receipts? Seriously, do you believe that ostrich is going to get Ryan Garcia banned when we've had other individuals do way worse in the sport of boxing, and the system allowed them to return with a full license and continue to get paid and continue to build a resume? So come on now. Y'all need to be better than this. Those of you that's up here thinking somebody's going to be banned. If boxing allowed Ryan Garcia to come in 3 pounds plus over, and the team, Ryan's team and Haney team, spoke and they paid a fee. It wasn't 150 grand, just so you all can understand that. It was 600,000 and 2% on the back end of the pay-per-view. Okay? Okay? Just so you know. It wasn't 500,000 per pound. It was 600,000 plus 2% on the back end. Okay? Anyway, why would y'all continue to ignore the fact that Mike Tyson is sitting front row everywhere you see him? Mike Tyson is responsible for participating and being the culprit in one of the most heinous acts in boxing history. But this man is never checked. He's never asked about it. No one dare talk about him about, hey, they done made commercials, him and Holyfield. They done put the bed. They have forgiven one another. Nobody's talking about, Mike Tyson biting off his ear. Riddick Bowe, Larry Donald, press conference. Larry Donald was talking too much smack. Riddick Bowe pieced him up with a 2. No gloves on. Did the fight still happen? Absolutely. Was his lip busted? Absolutely. They still fought, yo. He busted Larry Donald's lip, man. Riddick Bowe hit him with a 2-piece, no gloves on. Same thing, James Butler. He lost to Franklin, I believe his name was. Again. He sucker punched him with no gloves on. Hand wraps. He was punished. He would later go on the field, kill Max Kellerman's brother, I believe. I mean, I'm telling you, it's been way worse stuff that happened in the sport of boxing. There's been people that test positive forever and a day, and they get like a suspension, and they come back to the sport like nothing. Oscar Valdez, did he not test positive, bro? Was he not able to still fight the same night and defend his title, and then they still rob Robson Conceição? People thought Conceição beat Oscar Valdez, but yet the levels was raised up. The man was caught, but he raised the levels. Canelo Alvarez, he popped, man. Why people up here talking about he should be banned? No, you sound stupid. You sound like a casual, man. Chill. Y'all need to stop that shit, man. Stop putting off the vibes like y'all just start covering boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you saying he should be hung. Really? He should be in front of a firing squad. Really? You acting like you don't know the devilish part of boxing. You don't know the dark side of this sport. With boxing, you always expect the worst and hope for the best. That's what you do with boxing. When you have these fights where you know it's going to be a fight, where people betting. That's one thing about boxing. People make money off boxing by betting on it. And some of that betting is influenced by the third man in the ring. Some of that betting is influenced by the 3 employees that's outside the ring apron. Some of that betting and money is made by the commission. You have 3 layers which allows them to influence the outcome of the fight. So if you know that now, right, on the 22nd, with no public announcement on the ostrich, that big ass ostrich been running around here, that freaking pecked open the B sample of Ryan Garcia's freaking test. If come on, bro. Think about that. Just process it. You gotta understand, this game has been dirty for a long time. It ain't shit that can clean it up. When you have those 3 layers that's influencing fights, especially if it's one of those that, they play around and try to make it seem like the odds is going to be here and there. It's people that know exactly what's going to happen. And they sit up here and put money, big money on it. That's why boxing will forever, always be the wicked witch. The system that will never be clean. never be in the best interest of the fighter. It's always going to be a fighter that reaps, you know what I'm saying, the evil part, the sinister part of boxing, because there's people out there who want to make money. What you hear Ryan Garcia say, y'all? Ryan Garcia say he betted on himself through a private betting company. Did he say he made $12 million? Did I hear that correctly? Or I'm too emotional? Seriously, did he say he made $12 million? That is unbelievable. For real. Ryan had no belt, got knocked down by Luke Campbell. So what does that got to do with him fighting, you know what I'm saying, the fight of all fights, that people up here screaming in protest that he should be banned from the sport? That doesn't even make any sense, man. Just because a kid choke on a freaking toy, right? Is it because the toy was small enough for the kid to freaking put in their mouth, or the parents, the lack of parental supervision? Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. How you think they're gonna make money? Well, we're gonna make these freaking these big blocks, these phonetic blocks with letters on them. But hey, you must be 10 years of age for purchase. How much of that you think they're gonna sell? You must be 10 years of age. Your kid will still need these alphabet blocks, okay? But we can't sell them. You know, babies have been known to fall and crack their head on these blocks. We don't want to get sued. That's not the way it works, bro. Shout out to one half of the apostles. I'm Cam Edwards on deck. Salute to you, bro. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but shout out to the $2 super chat for the Tree of Life. Thanks for supporting. You want to get your comment read? He said, yo, did his B sample come back? Yeah, absolutely came back. Y'all will find out. Listen, I thank you for your donation. I don't know which side you're leaning heavy on. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully when the results come back, you're not absolutely upset and angry. You know what I'm saying? And feeling some type of way. And you try to blame it on boxing. It's not the boxing. Boxing doesn't have a governing body, nor does it have a single president, nor does it have a method for a boxer to basically submit grievances. It don't. People up here thinking this is going to be the end all be all for freaking Ryan Garcia with the B sample. They want to hope. How all of a sudden y'all rebelling for Devin? Seriously. Did he get some new fans because, you know, the way the fight played out? Or y'all genuinely supporting the brother now? That's what I want to know. Hey, you can think all you want about it's a couple of days. Come on, bro. That's what happened when you know what I'm saying, you know, you really have people on the outside thinking that when he petitioned, it takes them the longest of time to go over there just to crack a freaking sample open. Just a small sample and test it. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. You all just listen to the media. I'm going to tell you one thing, right? Brent, this to you. Salute to you. Let me ask you this question. Do you believe everything that's in the media? I don't know how long you've been covering the sport. Do you believe it takes for them to say, okay, we're just waiting on Ryan to petition. He has this amount of days. Okay, Ryan petitioned for the B sample. He has to get everybody to go over there to Utah and all this other shit. Do you actually think just because they put it out to the media and everything that nothing's being done? It's the 22nd, 24 hours in a day, y'all. This is all over the web. Charlotte even came out. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte even came out. You actually think they don't know what the results are right now? Okay, buddy. Okay. He said Ryan's an idiot, but he got more dog than Haney. Listen, I used to say the same thing. I'm going to be honest. Then, boy, salute to you. Look, I used to think the same thing. But Ryan has basically level changed right in front of me. He's level changed, bro. I have to say he's somewhat became more adept to the business side of boxing. He's crossed over. Y'all can't tell Ryan's crossed over. Y'all can't tell that Ryan has so. Y'all can't tell, bro. T.O. too. You cannot tell that T.O.'s crossed over. You didn't see how emotional T.O. was with Jermaine Ortiz. You don't understand why that is. Because the machine looked out for him, bro. You can't tell these. Do you pay attention to the actions, or you just look at the screen? Do you pay attention in detail as to how they're talking, what they're talking about, how they getting away with talking about the topic for which they're speaking on? Not the average person. You and I can't talk about what Ryan said. You and I can't do that. We can't do that. This man's up here mentioning high-powered individuals and they kidnapped him, made him watch. Look, I'm pretty sure he was kidnapped for something different. You know what I'm saying? But Ryan has been acting a certain way where he doesn't even care about any type of consequences or repercussions now. How is Ryan going around on this entire tour and he's the one that's pending a B sample? Where's Devin at? He's the one that did everything he was supposed to do. He made weight. He attempted to defend his title. And he got up and kept on fighting. He did what he's supposed to do as a champion. He fought like a champion. He just wasn't a better man on that day. So why isn't he out? I know he came out for an interview and said he don't think he want to fight Ryan Garcia. That's the wrong answer. He should be wanting to fight Ryan Garcia. He should be putting it out there. Hey, that's who I want. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Queen Jessica in the building. Salute to you. I've been had Shakur over Tank, Ryan, and Haney and everybody for a minute now, and ain't nothing changed. Hey, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I feel you, man. Hey, Blue, you gotta understand there are gonna be individuals in here that's saying things just for attention. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. I tell people all the time, you know, there's some things that I've seen Tank do that I haven't seen him do in the ring. I've seen him do stuff, you know, in sparring that I ain't seen him do in the ring yet. Dude is a different type of hunter. People gonna have to understand that. Just because you don't hear from him, that means he's changed levels, man. He's staying off the street. He's trying to keep his money. He just got off probation, wasn't he? Wasn't he on probation? The man is trying to smarten up. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to smarten up. You keep on giving money and money away for attorneys. Come on, man. Attorneys want their money. You want to be able to go out here and have a full fight camp and make your money. You don't want to keep on being in trouble, getting locked up, you know, and not being able to walk as a free man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You know, Ryan Garcia, man, he's showing you what's up. You know what I'm saying? He's showing you. He said, you got to be out of your cotton picking mindset. Nobody want to see. Crawford had loaded gloves. Okay, man. That doesn't even get me riled up or anything, man. You sound stupid. You know what I'm saying? I expect to get people's kids over here. You know, it's getting time for, graduates. Like I always say, people, do I not say this? You know what I'm saying? School is letting out. You have people, little kids up here. You got some graduates that's hanging out. Now all of a sudden they got more free time. They had to study for finals and they're getting themselves together. You know what I'm saying? They want to become a boxing fan on here. Don't get mad at them. Don't time them out. You know what I'm saying? Let them be free. They just graduated high school. They're trying to figure out whether they want to be a boxing fan or not, y'all. They're jumping in here. Why do you think the number's so high? It's these little high schoolers. Look, it's these little high schoolers, man. Hey, it's too expensive for them to be out right now. You know what I'm saying? Their parents just spent all that money on their graduation presents and all that. They say, hey, I don't have time for you, to go out with your friends. Stay in the house, help clean up, help cook, help do something. They're over here online. I get it. I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying, bro. School is let out. Graduating class of 2024. I salute you. Congratulations. But right now, we're talking about the ultimate B sample. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the ultimate B sample. The B sample that's going to have people upset and blaming somebody. Who you going to blame? Put it this way. Who you going to blame? WADA? Seriously, who you going to blame? You going to blame WADA? You going to blame WADA? What they do? Somebody in transport, somebody freaking held up the truck. Hey, you got that Garcia sample in there, huh? Get out the truck right now. Sit over there on the ground. We're going to do a little switcheroo right here. We're going to test some things out. And then you're going to go on about your way. Man, that's not the case, man. That's not the case. Don't be mad, though. Don't be mad. But, hey, y'all, I got to bounce. Salute to y'all for pulling up. Appreciate you. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate everyone pulling up. We should do it again.